Thou nature art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in a plague of custom, and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lack of a brother? Why bastard? Wherefore base, when my dimensions are as well compact, my mind is generous, my shape is true as honest madam's issue? Why branding us with base, with baseness, bastardy, base, who, in the lusty stealth of nature, take more composition and fierce quality than doth in a dull, stale, tired bed, go to the creating a whole tribe of fops got tween a sleep and wake. Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have thy land. The father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if my letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. Now I grow, I prosper. Now gods, stand up for bastards!
Kent banished thus, and France and Kohler parted, and the king gone tonight, all this done upon the gad? Edmund, how now, what news?
So please your lordship, none.
Why so earnestly seek you to put up that letter?
I know no news, my lord.
What paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
Oh, what needed then the terrible dispatch of it into your pocket?
I beseech you, sir, pardon me. It is a letter from my brother that I have not all over read. And for so much as I have perused it, I find it not fit for your overlooking.
Give me the letter, sir.
I shall offend either to detain or give it. The contents, as part as I understand them, are to blame.
Let's see.
I hope for my brother's justification. He wrote this but as an essay, or a taste of my virtue.
This policy in reverence of age makes our world bitter to the best of our times, keeps our fortunes from us till our oldness cannot relish them. I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny, who sways not as it hath power, but as it is suffered. Come to me that of this I may speak more. If our father would sleep till I waked him, you should have his revenue forever, and live in the beloved of your brother Edgar? Conspiracy? You should enjoy half his revenue, sleep till I waked him? My son Edgar, how do you hand to write this? When came this to you? Who brought it?
It was not brought me, my lord. There's the cunning of it. I found it thrown in at the casement of my closet.
You know the character to be your brother's?
If the matter were good, I would durst swear it were his. But in respect to that, I fain think it were not.
It is his.
It is his hand, my lord. But I hope his heart is not in the contents.
Had he never heretofore sounded you in this business?
Never, my lord. But I have often heard him maintain it to be fit that sons at perfect age and fathers declining, the father should be his ward to the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Oh, villain, his very opinion in the letter. Abhorred villain. Go, Sirrah, seek him. I'll apprehend him. Where is he?
I do not well know, my lord. If it shall please you to suspend your indignation toward your son till you can derive from him better testimony of his intent, you shall run a certain course. I dare pawn down my life for him that he hath wrote this, but to feel my affection towards your honor, and to no further pretense of danger.
He cannot be such a monster.
Nor is not sure.
To his father, who so tenderly and entirely loves him, heaven and earth.
I will seek him, sir, presently. Convey the business as I shall find means, and acquaint you with all.
These late eclipses in the sun and moon pretend no good to us, though the wisdom of nature can reason it thus and thus. Yet nature finds itself scourged by the sequent effects. Love cools, friendship falls off, brothers divide, in cities mutinies, in countries discord, in palaces treason, and the bond cracked twixt son and father. Find out this villain, Edmund, it shall lose thee nothing. Do it carefully. And the noble and true-hearted Kent vanished, his offense to honesty. 'Tis strange.
This is the excellent foppery of the world. That when we are sick in fortune, often the surfeit of our own behavior, we make guilty our disasters of the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity. my father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, my nativity under Ursa Major, so that it fits, I am rough and lecherous. Edgar, and Pat this way he comes, like the catastrophe of the old comedy. My cue is villainous melancholy, with a sigh like Tom O'Bedlam. Oh, these eclipses do portend my visions. Fa sol la mi.
How now, Brother Edmund? What serious contemplation are you in?
I am thinking, brother, of a prediction I read this other day. What should follow these eclipses?
Oh, do you busy yourself about that?
I promise you the effects he writes will succeed unhappily. As a naturalness between child and parent, divisions in the state, menaces against kings and nobles, and I know not what.
How long have you been a sectary astronomical?
Come, when saw you my father last?
Why, the night gone by.
Spake you with him?
Aye, 2 hours together.
Parted you in good terms? Found you no displeasure in him by word or countenance?
None at all.
Bethink yourself wherein you may have offended him, and at my entreaty forbear his presence till some time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure, which at this time is so rageth in him, that, with the mischief of your person, it would scarcely allay.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That is my fear. I pray you, have a continent forbearance till the speed of his rage goes slower, and as I say, retire with me to my lodging, from whence I will fitly bring you to hear my lord speak. Pray ye, go. Here's my key, and if you do stir abroad, go armed.
Armed, brother?
Brother, I advise you the best. Go armed. I am no honest man if there be any good meaning towards you. I have told you what I have seen and heard. Now, pray ye, go.
Shall I hear from you anon?
I do serve you in this business. A credulous father, and a brother noble, whose nature is so far from doing harms that he suspects none, and whose foolish honesty my practice is right easy. I see the business here. If not by birth, let me have land by wit. All with me that I can fashion fit.
Did my father strike my gentleman for chiding of his fool?
Yes, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other. This sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it. His nights grow riotous, and himself upbraids us in every trifle. When he returns from hunting, I will not speak with him. Say I am sick.
He's coming, madam. I hear him.
Put on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. I become to question. If he dislike it, let him to our sister, whose mind and mine I know in that are one, not to be overruled. Idle old man, who would manage those authorities he had given away, and let his knights have colder looks among you. I'll write to my sister to hold my very course. Prepare for dinner.
No. My father compounded with my mother under the Ursa Major. Under the dragon's tail. Gotta cheat out. Why am I... Dude, I have like short-term memory loss. Menaces against kings and noble, divisions in state? I got those backwards? I promise you the effects you've... Parted you in good terms? Found you no displeasure in him by... Face? Nope, countenance means face. I dare.
OCD. It's hot. It's really hot in here. What is going on? Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Who is up this late? Yes, yes, yes. I sound like a dude.